Hello, and welcome to Story Behind the Story, where romance readers and authors connect. I'm Reese Ryan, author of sexy, emotional, grown folks romantic fiction featuring lots of family drama, surprising secrets, and a cast of complicated, sometimes messy characters. And I am super excited today about chatting with several of my fellow Harlequin Desire authors. And I know you're excited to hear from them too. So, we're going to get to them in just a moment. But in the meantime, if you are new here, welcome. And thank you for those of you who are regulars here. We appreciate you so much. If you are new, you want to hit the subscribe button so that you'll know when we have future reader-centered author discussions like the one we're going to have today. And if you're enjoying the show, make sure you hit the like button and share it with other readers so that they too can find us. And I will be having my next show will be because I've been doing the shows about every other week. And so the next show will be on August the 4th. I'll be talking to another Harlequin author, Jacqueline Thomas. We're going to be talking about dealing with difficult issues in romance. And then on the 18th, I'm going to be talking to author Priscilla Oliveras. We're going to be talking about balancing fun and family drama in romance. So that's going to be a fun discussion that we're going to have. And then the lineup for September, you'll see that in a minute. There's going to be some great shows coming up in September as well. So, and another upcoming event I want to let you know about is that two of my other fellow Desire authors and I are doing a project, Moonlight Ridge, which is a trilogy that we did together. And so the kickoff is later this month with Joss Wood's book, Homecoming Heartbreaker, which I just got to read the first books. And I am so excited for y'all to read this trilogy. So we're going to do a release event with Love Sweet Arrow bookstore in Chicago on a virtual event on Saturday, July the 31st at 1 p.m. So I have that in the description below. It's a free event, but you want to register, save your spot, and we'd love to have you chat with you about this new trilogy set in Asheville, North Carolina, and it's just so excited about it. So we're going to get to today's show because we have a lot of people to talk to, and so I want to make sure that we get everyone in, and we're going to start with talking to Yara St. So
hi everybody.
Yara, thank you for joining us.
And thank you so much for having me, Reese.
So I am, first of all, I hate doing like canned bios. And so I'd rather have you introduce yourself to readers and tell people a little bit about who you are and what you write. So tell us a little bit about who you are and what it is that you write for anybody who might not be familiar with you.
My name is Yahrah St, and I write steamy and dramatic contemporary fiction. I write for Harlequin Desire, but I also indie pub on my own. So you can also find me on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and all that fun stuff. I've been a published author for 17 years, so I've written for a couple of lines other than Desire. I've written for Arabesque and Kamani Romance, so you might be familiar with me in those books. And I'm a wife, a stepmom, a aunt. I'm an avid traveler, a lover of books, and a crazy kind of adventure sports girl.
Oh, okay. Tell us what adventure sports are you in?
I've tried zip lining, whitewater rafting, parasailing, ATVs, so all that fun stuff.
Oh my God. You're daring people. Okay, like you're risking it. Okay, I love it.
Yes. Don't mind taking some risks.
Oh my goodness. Okay. That's exciting because that's actually one of my dream things is to do zip lining. I want to go to Costa Rica.
I'm going to tell you will absolutely love it. The best place I was at was in Punta Cana. It was amazing. It had really tall zips. You went really high. So really loved it in Punta Cana and Puerto Vallarta. So yeah, we were in the rainforest and zipping through the jungle.
Yeah, so it sounds amazing. I absolutely love it. And Niobia message to you because she just said she couldn't get in. So I couldn't message you on Messenger, Niobia. So check your check your Instagram DMs, and I sent you the link, so you can just click on that link. So that is some exciting stuff. That's some fun stuff.
Yes,
And that
yes.
gives you lots of fodder to write about as well.
It does, because you'll always find that somewhere in one of my stories, there's some sort of travel element, or they go someplace really cool or interesting, or they try some unique sport or activity. So if you were a reader, if you were to go back and look at some of my books, you'll find that that element kind of goes throughout all of the books.
I love it. I love incorporating those kind of little things. And
yeah, it's part of who I am, so I put a little bit of it in each of my books.
Yeah, I love it. So how many books have you published so far in your career, and how many of those are with Harlequin Desire?
I've published 39, and 6 are with Desire, and then I have another 2 coming out this year. Blind Date. Oh, here we go. Blind Date with the Spare Air. It's coming out August 24th. And I absolutely love this cover. It's amazing. It looks exactly like the characters in my mind.
I love that. Oh my God, when they nail that is
they nailed it. I got it and I was like, yes, this is wonderful.
Yeah, that's the best.
So, and then I have the follow-up to this, because this is a new series. It's the Locket of Tuxedo Park series. So this is book 2. And book 3 is going to come out in December, and book 4 is going to come out next year. So I still have those couple of books. And then I'm going to be writing a Texas. Oh, hi, Angela. Yes, the first book in the series, which Angela is talking about, is, oh, here we go. Consequences of Passion. That was the first book in the series that did really well. I got a lot of great reviews on that. But yeah, I'm really excited about one of the next books I'm about to start writing, which is a Texas Cattlemen Club book.
Yay! I'm so excited.
Yeah, so that one's gonna come out next year. So I'm looking forward to writing.
That's gonna be your first. Is that gonna be your first?
My first one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an exciting series.
Excited to join the club.
Yeah, it's a fun series, and it's so great. Also, the connection working with the other authors in the series is just a fun process. So, and Jonathan also says the Stewart era series was fire. So, yeah, and Angela said congratulations on the Texas Cattlemen Club. So, yeah. So it's just and I know Jonathan is also a big lover of that series, the Texas Cattlemen's Club series as well. So,
yes, I'm a big reader of it. I've read it for years, so looking forward to joining.
Because it's been going for like 20 years.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's got staying power, so it's nice to get invited.
It is. That is awesome. Because that is the thing with that. You have to be invited. Yeah, so it's pretty awesome. So, okay, so give us a brief overview of your signature series with Harlequin Desire. Because how many series do you have? 2?
Well, 2 right now with Desire, yes.
Okay.
The first series was the Stewart Heirs series. And it was a 4-book series talking about a family, a dysfunctional family, which is what I do best, that dramatic fiction that or dramatic romance that I'm talking about. And each of the siblings, there was Aiden, Fallon, Dane, and Morgan, and each of them had their own issues with the patriarch of the family, which was Henry Stewart. He wasn't the best father. He swindled his first wife out of her share of the company. So that's why his eldest son, Aiden, has all these, father-son issues. And then the baby girl, Fallon, he's handed her a company he's mismanaged. So she's trying to save the company. And then there's Dane. He wants nothing to do with the family business, and he's an actor. And what I really loved this story was a little bit different. I was just kind of watching what's going on out there, and the whole in vitro. Oh, Henry pissed you off, yes. And Dane, he's America's favorite actor, and he finds out that when he gave a sperm donation years ago, he suddenly got a child. So that was red carpet redemption. And then the 4th book, which was Secrets of the Fake Fiance, that's when we find out Henry, the father you love to hate, has actually had an illegitimate daughter, Morgan, that he doesn't want to recognize. So then she's going through all of her daddy-daughter issues. So yeah, lots of dramatic fun with that one.
Awesome. And I'm glad that Janice, I see you, Janice, and I see you and Niobia. Y'all made it great.
Welcome, ladies.
Awesome. So tell us what you're writing now.
What I'm writing right now is the 4th book in the Lock It Up Tuxedo Park series, Xavier's book. I don't have a title yet. I'm still kind of working it out in my head. But he's the youngest in the family. He's a quarterback who can no longer play ball. So he's going through some internal struggles, and he meets a R&B singer who's trying to fit a certain mold and having issues there. So it's their love story. So I'm excited about that. So I'm working on that, and then really close behind it is going to be the Texas Cattlemen's Club book, because that's due also by the end of this year. So I have 2 really tight deadlines back to back. So those will be my next 2 books coming up.
You're gonna be nice and busy. You're gonna be nice and busy. And what can we expect from you in the future? And it doesn't have to just be Desire.
Oh, of course, yes.
Because you told us how many books you have, but
yes,
tell us a little bit about your journey in terms of what lines and stuff you've written for.
Yes. So since I'm at 39 books, and I've been with, Arabesque and Kamani and now Desire, and I also do my own indie works. So what's next for me is I actually, on top of the 2 books that I have to write by the end of the year and those deadlines, I actually have the 2nd book in my Mitchell Brothers military series about the 3 brothers who've been in different branches of the military. The first book, Claimed by the Hero, came out last year. And so I'm editing currently Seducing the Seal, which I'm very excited about, little passion project, because my husband this is actually I got the idea from my husband, because he and his brothers all went to different branches. My husband went to the Army, my brother-in-law went into the Navy, and my other brother-in-law went into the Marines. So that's kind of where the idea came from. And so so readers can expect Seducing the Seal is going to be coming out this year as well. So it's definitely a very busy year. And yeah, that's kind of what's next on the horizon.
I love it. I love it. Okay. So tell readers how they can stay connected with you.
They can stay connected with me on my brand new, website, YahrahSt.com. It's been fully redesigned, hopefully more user-friendly and bright and colorful with the new Yara St. John brand colors. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, with my handle at Yara St. John. I dabble in a little bit of Twitter and Pinterest. And you can find me there as well. But I'm just so excited to be here. It's been a wonderful journey of 17 years, and just trying to keep with that staying power. So it's been great.
It is fantastic that your career has lasted that long and just keeps on climbing, and that you have that many books out. I am just like, it
hasn't been easy to do, because most of the people know that I actually don't write full time. I still have a full-time gig, so I work full time. So yeah, I write. That's my side hustle.
Yeah. I mean, wow, so many books, so many amazing books. As we can see, that readers absolutely love. So that's fantastic. So thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. And we look forward to reading all of the additional amazing books that you write, both for Desire and Indie, because you've got some great ones both. So thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks, Reese.
Okay. So that was Yahrah St. John. And next up is going to be Joanne Rock.
Hey. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. So, for anybody who is not familiar with you, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you write.
I write mostly short, sexy contemporary. That's kind of the sweet spot for me. I've been writing all over the genre map for a while. I get excited about every new shiny genre and want to write every new thing, but I come back to short, sexy contemporary. That's kind of my mainstay. I started off as a published author at Harlequin Temptation, and now I write for Harlequin Desire, and they're about the same length, the same, sexy sort of premises and tropes. So I'm very happy there. But I have written all over the map. I did some medieval historicals. I've done young adult books, family saga kinds of things for super romance, some suspensey things for Blaze, kind of military suspense stuff. And I have some indie projects that are military suspense as well. And I just, I hear about it and I say, I want to try writing that. And it's just fun. And I think, whatever level of success I have with those different things, it keeps me feeling creative. So it really is great for my muse to be able to, flex and jump and do these different things. But Desire is my wonderful home, and I'm writing a lot there right now and really, really enjoying it.
Yeah, there is something to be said about the difference between writing that shorter kind of, like category length versus that single title length.
Yeah.
Like that is something like a struggle I'm really having right now, because like once I started writing single title, now it's like I'm overwriting every book.
Right.
Like, every book I'm
writing
long.
It's so different. It is so different, but it's fun to have the opportunity to do both. Is really a joy.
Yeah. There's that. It is nice to be able to do both of those things. So I'm going to ask you, how many books have you published thus far, and how many are with Harlequin Desire?
I had to look it up because I wasn't sure.
That's why I asked
you asking Yara about that. I have book number 95 with Harlequin out this month.
Wow.
I've done
wait a minute. Let's just stop and appreciate that for 95, like
95. Yeah.
Like 5 from 100. That
is I'm closing in. Thank you. Thank you.
Amazing.
I'm excited about that.
That is. And you said with Harlequin, right? So that means you have books because you write for other publishers as well.
Yep. I've done
how many
11 books for Julie. And those are a little bit sweeter. They're still sexy. I'm not going to lie. They're sexy books, but they're a little bit more romantic, family saga-ish, I would say. Have a little bit more of that element to it. And I've done 6 YA books. Thank you, Angela. 6 YA books with my sister-in-law, Karen Rock, under a pseudonym, J.K. Rock. Those were a ton of fun. And then I have 4 self-published titles. One is a nonfiction, and then my military romance series. And I hope to expand a little bit. Hey, Donnie. So thanks for coming. So I did the math, and I think that was like 116 I was at for right now. But yeah, I'm excited to get to the 100 benchmark with Harlequin. That's going to be fun. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's going to be off the hook. I'm going to celebrate it and really just take stock of that moment, because it was the end all and be all to get published. Every author knows what a big deal it is, that first one, to get to that first book is amazing. One book is it. You just want that so badly, and you try so hard to get that first book published. And I don't want to lose track of how amazing this career is, and how wonderful it is, and how, blessed I am to be able to be in that position to continue to write, because it's an absolute joy for me. I'm so glad that I could live my dream and get to do this and share stories with people. So yeah, 100, I'm going to celebrate massively and really just turn around and see where I've been and celebrate it.
Yeah, that's freaking amazing. I hope it's like a conference or something. I'm going to celebrate, because that's just really impressive. So, yeah, I'm absolutely loving that. So you evidently have lots of series with Desire. So which series or 2 would you think of like as your signature series there?
Well, I have to talk about what's out right this red hot second. This is let me get in the frame here. I have Brooklyn Nights is what's out right now. And this was my, let me see, July book. A 9-month temptation. I love surprise pregnancies. I didn't get to do secret babies, surprise pregnancies with any of the other series. So I am just, that's my jam right here. I love all the babies. And following up that is Ways to Tempt the Boss. And this Brooklyn Nights series, it's set in Brooklyn. It's kind of a sisterhood story, even though it's roommates who've never met until they're sharing this house in Brooklyn to economize because it's the city and it's expensive. And they're each living their dream, a makeup artist, theater, girl who wants to be in the theater, and a fashion celebrity stylist. So the three of them kind of join forces and get to know each other. They're a little bit skeptical first, as you always are when you first move in with somebody that you don't know and you're now sharing space. So I had a lot of fun writing their story, and it's a friendship series, which I love. That kind of girl power, like we rock. As you kind of learn to navigate things with friends at your side is really fun and rewarding. So that's kind of a bonus in addition to the romance, which is hot and sexy.
Yeah. I love it. That's fun. And it's always fun exploring new tropes. And like, because like, for instance, one of the things, like when earlier in my career, I'm like, I would never write, a secret baby book. And then I ended up having a story idea for one.
Yeah.
And then I wrote that. And then at Kamani, they were like, hey, can you do another one of those?
Right.
So,
yeah.
And so I've turned, at this point, I've written like maybe 3 or 4 books that either had a secret baby or a surprise pregnancy. But it's just like funny because like I would have never thought I would have written one. So you just never know. Wow. Okay. So it is fun exploring because it is very tropey, category romances, which is so much fun because readers love it. They know what to expect. And we have a lot of fun at Desire mashing up those tropes. So that makes it even more fun. So tell us what you're working on now.
Right now, I'm working on another trilogy. Brooklyn Nights is a trilogy because I did 2 long series, my McNeil Magnets and my Mesa Falls was also a long series. So now I did back-to-back short ones. Brooklyn Nights is a trilogy, and now I'm working on something tentatively titled Ranch Inheritance, and it's set out in Colorado, and it's 3 estranged sisters who inherit a ranch from their grandma. And we see that kind of scenario a lot in single title women's fiction. Somebody inherits the hotel, the main post, and I thought it would be fun to play with that in a category and to have it be like the sisters come to their ranch inheritance. And there's, problems and drama and all kinds of things. And the dad contests the will and won't let it happen. And it's fun to play with over the course of 3 books to resolve all of that drama. But within the stories, I have lots of, surprise pregnancy and enemies to lovers and those kinds of tropes playing through there. So, but really I'm loving the setting. The Colorado kind of mountains ranch at the foothills of the mountains. One of my heroes is a search and rescue guy. That'll be out next year.
Yeah, that is another thing that is kind of nice to be able to switch up between that longer running series.
Yeah.
And then something that's kind of short and sweet that you can kind of get into for, a few books and then get out. Gives you a little something different, another world to play in. So, so what can readers expect from you in the future? And it doesn't just have to be with Desire. It could be with any of your publishers.
Right now, I'm just all Desire all the time for the next year or 2. I took on a lot of that because I was just really enjoying that. I was having a lot of fun with the series. There's some years where the writing is so hard and it's like pulling teeth, and then other years where it's just rolling. And I'm at a great spot right now where the words are coming, the stories are coming. It's all, it feels great. And watch as I say this. I have to knock on wood because tomorrow I'll sit down and realize I have a huge plot hole and get terribly stuck. But when the writing is going well, I like to just run with it and write because it is a joy. Even when it's hard, it's fun. But these past couple of years, I found a really great rhythm at Desire. I have a great support network at Desire. And so it's just been really fun. So that's what readers can look for. My ranch inheritance and yes, lest we forget, my Texas Cattleman Club. This is my August book, Trapped with the Texan. This is a let me think, it's not snowbound, it's stormbound because a tornado comes through.
Ooh.
And I love that book. Love the Texas Cattleman's Club.
Forced Proximity is one of my faves.
Right. Oh, me too. From way back. I love anything that does that kind of forced proximity stuff. So that too.
Very nice. Very nice. Love it. Love it. Love it. So how can readers stay connected with you, Joanne?
My website is joannerock.com, and I'm very active on Facebook with my Facebook page is Joanne Rock Author, all of that just right together, Joanne Rock Author. And then I'm Joanne Rock on Twitter and on Instagram. Pinterest, I think I'm J Rock Author. And I do like to put together boards for all of my series. I don't have them super well organized, but if you're curious about, the dresses are there. I go shopping for the dresses and I find the houses. So I post the houses so you can see, what my characters are wearing in my mind and where I've actually set the places, which, for me is really helpful to be able to have that visual of like, it's here and it looks like this. You can't mix it up. You can't get your details wrong because you're looking at the exact picture of what you have. I find that really helpful. And I figured readers would enjoy that too, to be able to walk through the world.
Yeah, I love to do the Pinterest boards as well. And I am a very visual person. So I do need that as well for me. Well,
yeah.
Sorry, if they're in the hotel room, I have to have an actual hotel room in mind. So I know which side everything's on, that kind of thing. But yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And so Joanne's information and all of the authors' information, their website links and the links to their latest books are in the show's description to make it easier for you if you're watching either live or watching it later in the replay so that you can connect with them. So thank you again, Joanne.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And so next up, we're going to bring Cat Schield.
Hey, guys.
Hello, Cat. How are you?
Thank you for having me. This is awesome.
I'm so glad you were able to join us. So, Cat, for anybody who's not familiar with you, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you write.
Well, I live in Minnesota, and Joanne and it was really funny following her because it's like, yeah, I'm kind of on the same page. I've only ever written for Desire, and I think you asked about how many books, and I was like, yeah, I should have probably added that up. I think I'm in the 30 range, somewhere in there. I was published with them in 2011, and so it's been a great ride. I mean, I absolutely love writing for Desire. I am embarrassed to tell you how many years I was trying to get published by Harlequin. It started when I was in high school. And so I've been a long time, Harlequin author or, wannabe author, or long-time reader. And so it's just been a dream to be published with Desire. I mean, and it was funny because it was Silhouette when I first sold my book, and then it became Harlequin Desire because they bought out Silhouette. So yeah, it was kind of funny that I ended up as a Desire author after all that time. So,
awesome.
But yeah, I'm a mom and just pet lover. I do, in addition to writing, I have a side gig, which is landscaping. So I keep busy with all of that. And in addition to writing, so it's pretty good. It's a pretty good gig.
I love hearing about all the other things that people do.
Yeah, it is fun. So hello, Caroline.
So you told us you said you're in the 30 range and you've only written for Desire. That is pretty awesome too. And this is 2011. Since 2011, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about. So obviously you also have multiple series and stuff that you've written. You can tell us about what you would consider your signature series, or where somebody should start if they've never read you before. Or you can tell us about what you have.
I know signature series is a little bit challenging because I think I've got series that I love. I wrote a series before Harlequin Desire. We used to be able to do more international stories before Presents kind of took that over, and I wrote a series that is set in Europe, and it's like I created a little baby country, and it's called the Verdana Royals, and it was basically 3 twins, and they needed to I used to read a lot of Regencies, and so it was I wanted to do sort of an inheritance kind of a thing where they needed to come up with an heir for the kingdom. And the first book is Royal Heirs Required, And that trilogy is like one of my favorites that I've written. But I've got a series set in Charleston, South Carolina.
Ooh.
It's Sweet Tea and Scandal. So the first 3 books are kind of a revenge-based story, or revenge-based, and then the next 3 are an heiress type story. And so this is book 5 of the series. I'm currently working on. It's hard to see. I'm currently working on book 6, and it's really fun. I've never been to Charleston, but I love the TV show Southern Charm. And
Okay.
so I was just kind of like, oh, I need to do something set in Carolina, and or in one of the Carolinas. And it was like this book was this series kind of came out of that. But this book is set partially in Charleston and partially in Savannah, Georgia, which I also love. And so, so that's been fun. But I also love the Texas Cattlemen's Club book. And this is the one that follows Joanne's book. So this is the Heir Apparent book 7. And hey, Johnny. And gosh, I love the Texas Cattlemen's Club books. I mean, you talked about it earlier. They are so much fun to write. I've been blessed to have written I think 6. And I just turned in one for next year. And I am so excited to be part of that series, because it is the most fun. I love the continuities, working with other authors, and it's just the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is so much fun. It really is. And when I first got into it, I was like, I can't write this. This is somebody else's book,
Yeah.
Even though you're given this kind of nucleus of these things have to happen in your book, you still have a lot of, range where you can just do lots of things, and you bring your voice and your ideas and stuff to it. So it turns out to be so much fun. And like I said, I love interacting with the other authors. And
and
I'm always asking obscure questions like, what's your character's favorite, signature lipstick color,
I
really want it to, feel smooth, the continuity.
Well, what have you said about my characters? If you're further down in the continuity, you're like, what have you said about my characters? And I've been, Karen Booth and I have worked several continuities together, and she and I have been lucky enough to have sort of like characters that are like tied together. And so it's like, Karen, can you send me your entire book so that I can make sure it matches up with what I'm doing?
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's lots of fun.
Because I do love doing that in the continuities, like really involving characters that have been earlier in the series. And so usually when I'm writing, when I really try to take the other characters and really bring them in, but I want it again to feel smooth. I don't want them, you don't want the person to feel like they have a different personality. And so you really do have to work together as authors to make that happen.
And that's what's fun. I mean, writing is such a solitary experience that to have the chance to really work with another author, it's great. I mean, it's just phenomenal. So
it is absolutely. So tell us a little bit about what you're working on now. You said you're working on book 6, and
so I'm working on book 6 of my Sweet Tea and Scandal series, and it'll probably be the last of because there'll be 6, and so it'll be the last of the series. And it's a little bit challenging because I'll be honest with you, it's the villain from book 5 is my heroine for 6. And so
that is a challenge.
People really hate her. So I'm like, okay. So I really have a redemption story coming, and I'm excited about the challenge, but at the same time, I'm like terrified that everybody's going to be like, they hate her so much that they won't pick up the book. But I swear to God, she's going to be great. She's going to be, I'm going to like beat her up so that everybody will appreciate it, and then she will get her hero in the end, and it'll be all good. So
I love it. That is always a challenge when you have a character who's like either like kind of like a character people love to hate, or it's just an annoying character. And they become the hero or whatever, or heroine,
and I'm like,
you gotta kind of redeem them.
Why am I so good at writing
book 3 of my series?
I'm just like, why am I so good at writing villains? Because I really do a good job of writing villains, and everybody hates my villains to the point where they like hate them. So I just, but it's fun. It'll be fun to redeem her.
You are a super talented writer, so we have no
Aw,
doubt
thank you.
that you're gonna pull this off. We're not worried about it even a little bit. Now,
Oh,
watch this. You said that this is gonna be book 6 is your and it's your last book in the series.
I-
I'm experiencing that right now because I am in the edits for my book 6 final book of the Bourbon Brothers series. And so
oh, I love that
a
series.
really like bittersweet experience.
Yeah.
It's like, and the other thing is I've put a lot of pressure on myself to make this book right.
Yeah.
And so it's like a struggle. And so like I had such a struggle writing the book, and now we're going to editing, and my editor is a saint, and I love him so much.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sorry because we're gonna be doing some serious work on this book because we both want it to be, right.
Right.
But so that is I just wonder what your experience was like working with that last book.
Well, I think it's, it's bittersweet because, you've spent so much time building this world, and you've put in all these characters. And I'll be honest with you, I've got characters I could come up with stories for. I love these secondary characters.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to just let go of that. So I don't know. I mean, I hate to say never, but for now, I'm probably gonna, who knows? I mean, who knows? They may end up in some other way, shape, or form.
I'm gonna already say I had already come to the conclusion that like I'm not ready to completely leave this world. So that's all I'm gonna say right now for that.
Yeah.
But a bit of advice I got from Brenda Jackson when we were talking is she's like, she never ends her series because well, so she always leaves it open so that she can go back if she wants to. And so
like the Jordana series I was talking about earlier that was set in Europe. It's like I would love to go back to there, but I can't.
Yeah,
because it's set in Europe, and I'd have to bring the characters now. Yeah, I'd have to bring the characters here to do them, and I've got people looking for the sister. There's triplets, and then there's a sister, and I've had so many people like, what about her story? And I'm like, yeah, but I can't visualize the hero. So I haven't come up with her story yet. I could set it here. So, but yeah, so it's funny.
You never know, right?
You never know.
So how can readers connect with you?
I have a website, catschield.com. I'm on Facebook at Cat Schield Author. Twitter, Cat Schield. Pinterest, Cat Schield Books. Where am I missing? Instagram, Cat Schield. So all those. So
yes. And again, everybody's website is in the description. And from their website, you can find all the other places that they are online. So thank you for joining us, Kat. We cannot
thank you for having me.
All of the things that you are coming up with in the future. So, and we've had a chance to work together a couple times at least.
We have
on different projects. So I hope that we get to work together again in the near future. So
that'd be great. I love that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So next we're going to have Niobia Bryant, who's going to join us with audio only. So hello, Niobia. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, ma'am. I just wanted to thank you for allowing me. I am, let's just go ahead and get into it. I'm an introvert. I really am. I've only done, over the past 22 years of my career, I've done less than 10 events. I'm an introvert, so I do appreciate you allowing me to continue to do the event and be audio only. I just hope everyone understands. I just feel more free, more comfortable, and it flows better if I don't do video. I hope that's okay.
Super glad you're here. So start off by, for anybody who's not familiar with you, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you write.
Okay, so I have been published for, I think my audio is acting up. Let me go down a little bit. I have been published for over 20 years. I started out in romance with Arabesque. I've had 47 books published. I will hit 50 this year.
Wow.
And I write in the genres of sexy romance, dramatic fiction, urban fiction, and at one time, briefly, I did young adult. And so I was a prolific reader who became a writer who wanted to try her hand at everything. And so I did, and hopefully my voice remains true throughout.
Love that. Love that. I was so excited to see that you had joined Desire. When I
Yes,
first saw your name up, I'm like, oh my God, that's so awesome.
I'm very happy about it. It's a full circle moment. Age 12, 13, used to sneak my mom's Harlequin, bad girl, and would read them, and they were Harlequin, American Romance, and Silhouette Desire. So to be with Desire felt like a full circle moment, and I'm loving it. I am loving it.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. It's been such a great experience for me, and I recommend it so highly to other authors who are interested. So, like I said,
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you have joined the Desire family. So, tell us how many books have you published so far, and how many are with Desire?
Just two. I am a newbie. Just two. It is the Press Brothers series about some sexy chefs who are all vying to be CEO of the family's culinary empire. And so originally there were five. And there was a secret heir who made six. And so right now I'm just plotting for five books. But like Brenda,
Yeah, yeah.
because outside of Desire, my Strong Family series is probably my signature series. And it will go on and on and on until the readers stop asking for it. So it'll be the same for this until the editors say no more. Then I'm gonna try and keep it going.
Yeah, I hear that.
Thank you, Rashonda. See, there's the Strongs. They always pop up. Thank you.
And so, yeah, plenty of folks know you.
Can I take a moment and just give some love to Donna Hill? That's
Yes,
in the room.
right.
Oh my God, Donna. Is when you got your deal and switched from romance to doing the hardcover that I knew I could do other genres. I just had to tell her that.
Yeah.
I had to tell her that. So
I
that
got
is
to
Donna.
talk to her a few shows back. So if you haven't heard my conversation with Donna Hill, our conversation is go through the list of shows or whatever. But yes.
I had to
Love her so
fangirl
much.
for a minute. Thank you, Reese.
And I'm excited that I'm excited that she's got some Desire titles coming out
Yes.
as well.
Love it.
So I was excited about that. So.
Love it. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, everybody. Hi, Letitia. Hello, everyone.
Yes, absolutely. So, give us a brief overview of you. Tell us a little bit more about your series that you have here. And you said chefs, and I'm excited about that because my book that's coming out in October is He's a Sexy Chef too.
Yes.
So,
yes, they heat it up in and out of the kitchen. Again, it's about brothers, and they will all find love, and they're also dealing with drama and some scandal, a domineering father and a meddling mother, and just how they each overcome, all the different tropes that we have to handle, overcome whatever difficulties or issues that they have to find love. I just really love it, and I try to stick to my signature of being sexy, funny, and also real. And so far, it looks like everyone is enjoying it, and I'm very, very happy about it. I'm so happy about how everything is going.
I'm excited about that. And let me tell you, your covers, like, first of all, just Desire period.
Right. Absolutely.
Their covers are they've just been knocking it out the park.
They have.
Covers. But when I saw your covers, and I actually do have one of your books here.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Look, I got all stuff here. I sure do. I have this one because when I saw it on the shelf, I was like, I gotta grab it.
Oh, right. That's the first one. Yes. I'm glad you have it. Since I'm audio, I can't show it. So thank you.
Yes.
But the Rebel Air.
Awesome cover. It's so hard to get it just right. There you go.
Yeah, there they are. Right. That's Gabe and Mom.
Cover, I was just like, oh my God, it's just so pretty.
I love it. But then they really went all out with the Rebel Air and that color scheme, the burst of purples and pinks and at night and the backdrop. I think that one helped really push the Rebel Air even further.
Yeah.
In One Night with Cinderella. I'm loving it.
It's amazing. So what are you working on now?
Ooh, so this is another one, a part of the reasons that I'm audio, because I'm currently under 3 deadlines. I just finished Crest Brothers
Look, I
number
feel you.
3.
I feel you.
So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be transparent. I'm in pajamas and in my office because I will
Okay.
be up. I will be up all night. I just turned in Crest Brothers number 3 with Lincoln and Bobby. And I'm doing the outline for Crest Brothers number 4, which I hope to turn in the morning. And then I'm going right into finishing. So I also do dramatic fiction, which is not romance at all. And I'm going to finish up Madam X, which is the follow-up to Madam May I for Kensington Defina, because I also write for them. So I'm a little swamped, but I love it. Busy means blessed.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes, we love it. Yeah, I feel your pain because I have definitely been struggling. Often I'm under multiple deadlines. So like over the last 3 days, I've been really just having a little break after I turn this book in, waiting for it to come back, and just reading. So getting the chance to do some reading. So I feel you. I feel you. I feel those only pajama days, those days where you don't want to show your face. I totally get it.
Oh, I mean, I seriously am in pajamas and about to shut it down, shut the door, tell everybody good night and leave me alone.
Well, we definitely wish you good luck on those deadlines for sure. And thank you for taking some time to talk to us while you're doing that. So what can we expect from you in the future?
I have, so I'm done with traditional releases this year because there were 3. With One Night with Cinderella, The Rebel Heir, and Her Pleasure, which was a dramatic book. And so for the rest of the year, I'm probably going to drop some indies. I'm probably going to drop 3 indies. So I'll be working on that, which is number 10 in the Strong Family series, which everyone is waiting on, and I'm excited about. I'm going to do urban fiction. I haven't done one in 5 years. I'm going to drop that. And then I'm also going to do, I can't even remember, but 3 indies. I have my schedule somewhere, and I'm going to try and get those out for the rest of the year.
Wow, you are super busy.
Yes.
Love it. So tell readers how they can stay connected with you.
The best place to get all the links, because I try to be everywhere since I don't do a lot of in-person events. I'm online a lot. I try to answer everyone. The best place to get all the links would be via my website, www.niobiabryant.net. I do want to push, I opened a club on Clubhouse called Infinite Ink. And what I'm going to do, because it's just time to pour into others, is talk to readers, but also create some rooms for new writers and storytellers to ask me questions and kind of give them some advice on being a hybrid author, traditional publishing, and some writing advice. So I'm really excited
because I was going to say Clubhouse is perfect for you because it is only.
Yes, it is.
And that is actually something that I'm definitely trying to get a little bit of more of a foot over there. Elena Kyle definitely gave me a whole speech about why she was over there more. So and I love you, Elena.
Yes, she encouraged me as well.
I'm listening to you for real.
Yes.
So I have been like trying to dabble over there a little bit more. But like I said, it is nice that you could just kind of sit there in your pajamas, done it in wide, and just and talk and connect. Yeah. So
it's been great. I did one just last night for Her Pleasure, and it was amazing. It was fun, and we had a really good time. I'm just getting started, so the room was kind of small. There was only about 14 or 15 of us.
And
but
what's the room on Clubhouse again?
Well, it's under my name, but I'm trying to push the club, and it's Infinite Ink. Because y'all, because the ink in my pen is infinite.
I hear that. I love it. So yeah, I love that. Okay, so I'd look for your room.
Okay, thank you.
Clubhouse, fantastic. So again, make sure all of the authors their websites are in the description below. So go to their websites and you can find them all the other places they are. So thank you for joining us. I cannot wait to read my One Night with Cinderella so I can get through the rest of the series or whatever.
Yes.
And again, so glad to have you as even though you've been writing forever as a newbie.
Yes, I am a newbie.
So thank you for being here with us.
Thank you, Reese. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Take care.
Okay.
So I'm loving it, getting to know all of the authors. So last we have Janice Maynard, because I forgot to mention, before I bring Janice on, I forgot to mention that two of the authors who are supposed to be with us tonight, Catherine Mann is not feeling well. So we're sending our love to Catherine, who's not feeling well. We're sorry we missed you. And then also Silver James had a family emergency at the last minute, so she's not able to be here with us. So we're thinking of both of them. And so Janice is going to be our last person. So Janice, I'm so glad you made it here. Hey there, how are you?
Invited me. I'm really doing well. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for being here. So please, for anybody who's not familiar with you, tell us a little bit about you and what you write.
Well, I have been writing for a long time. I was a school teacher, kindergarten and second grade, and I quit teaching in the fall of 2002. So I've been writing ever since then. And I write very sexy romance. Probably the biggest thing people don't know about me is that my husband is a Methodist preacher. So that has its moments. But we're at kind of a big church right now, and not everybody knows me. And every once in a while, somebody will come up and lower their voice. Do you write those books? So far, so good.
That's awesome. Okay, wow. That is a big thing that probably a lot of people didn't. And there's so many questions we want to ask.
Oh, and I have grandchildren too, so I'm probably the old lady of the group. So
I don't know about that, but thank you for showing us that. So you said you've been writing full time since 2002?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Okay, so how many books have you published, and how many are with Desire?
I think it's a little over 65 altogether. And I've had 40 Desires published, but there are another few in the works that aren't out yet. I've had the same editor ever since 2010, Stacy Boyd, who, those of y'all who know Stacy, she's amazing. We work together really well, and I'm just delighted to be part of the Desire family. It's just very exciting.
Yeah, she's the head of the line, and also I've got a chance to work with her on some of the Texas Cattlemen Club projects and stuff like that, and just love her. I love my editors that I've had at Desire. I think overall for me, I've had a pretty good run of editors, but I am really in love with the.
And a shout out to Charles Grimm.
Team.
I've worked with Charles on Cattlemen's Club books. So.
Yes, and he's my editor, and I just adore him. So it's been great. That has been great. It's been a great experience for me as an author for sure. So give us, so you again have lots of series under Desire. So you can either tell us about what you could consider like a signature series, or one people should start with if they haven't read you before, or you can just tell us about what you're working on now.
Okay. Well, I have 2 7-book series that, in fact, if you go to my website, janicemaynard.com, it's hard to divide them up. So dip their toe in the water, and try one. The Men of Wolf Mountain is a 7-book series, and The Kavanaughs of Silver Glen is a 7-book series. I love to do these. My family that I grew up in is fairly small, so I guess I'm just fascinated with the idea of these big, huge. So those 2 are special to me. I've done a lot of Cattlemen's Club books. I actually did 2 Scottish heroes. I sneaked those in a couple of years ago.
Oh, nice.
Those are Scottish. So anyway, I loved writing for Desire.
Yeah, it's a truly great team. It really, really, really is. So, so tell us what you're working on now.
It's sort of, it's one of those things that you always want to happen, and then you're like, oh, now it's here. I have sold some books to Harlequin that are called single titles, and they're fatter, longer books.
Oh, have you? Ooh.
Is still going to be my editor for those, but it's going to be 3 novellas and 3 books. And the first book I'm working on right now, when the book opens, the heroine is this sort of golden child, blonde hair. She's always had every privilege in her life. She's not a mean girl at all, but everything's always fallen her way. And when the book opens, her groom says at the altar he can't marry her. And so our golden girl takes a huge fall. And there's sort of a Rhett Butler character that steps in to her out in the her driveway when she's sort of having a mini meltdown or a not so mini meltdown. Lots of fun with it. So I had a great aunt who lived in Flowery Branch, Georgia. And so my town is called Blossom Branches. It's very loosely set in sort of the same place, but peach orchards and, that kind of thing.
I love that. And I love when you can bring a little bit of yourself and your personal experiences into the stories and stuff. It just makes it so much more fun, and it makes the stories feel more authentic always. It really, really does. So that is awesome. So what can we expect from you in the future?
Well, in November, I have a Texas Cattleman's Club. Then in January, I have a book of mine, which I had really fun writing. It's the first time I've ever divorced hero and heroine. They were divorced 5 years ago. There's some big secret. He basically just broke things off, and she never knew why. So now his mother and his mother asking for her to stay with her. So she goes to care for the mother, homing. Of course, she's trying not to fall in love with her ex-husband again. But he's making that very, also will not say anything about what happens. So the secret's revealed.
Wow.
Out this month, I guess I should say. There's one on the shelf right now called Texas Tough, and has a really.
Yeah, I saw Texas Stuff. I love that cover. So tell us a little bit more, about the single title that are coming.
So it's basically three girls were all from a small town in Georgia, Flowery Branch, but
okay. So that's the single title. Okay, gotcha.
Those are the single titles. That's going to be pretty busy for a while because they're novella a month before. So that's what I'm.
Oh wow. Okay, that's awesome. So that's a 3-book deal with the single titles. Okay. And which branch? What is it? Which one? What is it under? Is it just Harlequin that does
HQN?
It's HQN.
Yeah.
Okay. The single titles are under.
That Lord Joanne Ross. That.
I love it. Well, tell readers how they can stay connected with you.
I am. I have page Janice Maynard. Maynard author is the second page. And then Janice Maynard Twitter. On Instagram, would you believe my Instagram has been 3 times?
Oh no,
Instagram.
I only wish they would use their powers for good.
I know. So I had like several family and followers, and so please come see me at the real Janice Maynard on Instagram.
And what's the new Instagram?
The real Janice Maynard.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
and if
you know that you've made it when you have to say that you're the real.
want to see my most precious youngest grandchild, she dressed up for the 4th of July, and I don't have my profile right now. It's a picture of her. So the little profile picture is my grandma.
Oh, that's so cute. I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And I know that you had a hard time getting here, so I'm sorry for the confusion.
My computer told me I didn't have the right brand. I got here like 20. So
yeah, I know. I saw you, and I'm like, oh no! I was like, I can't share the link in the main comments. So so I'm glad it all worked out and that you got here, and we were able to chat. So I truly, truly appreciate that. Thank you again for being here with us, Janice. So we're gonna look forward to your single titles as well as your additional Desire books that are coming out.
Real quick thing: if there are any Outlander fans out there, about people who are crazy and they go to Scotland and look for their own Jamie, so hot for the Scotland.
I love it. And you were breaking up a little bit, so say it again.
It's a series about women who are obsessed with Outlander, and they go to Scotland to try to find their own picture. So Anyway, it's
Oh,
fun.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
fun. That
But
is
thank
so much fun. That's fantastic. So thank you again for being with us, Janice. So that was the fantastic, so just a sampling of some of the fantastic authors of Harlequin Desire. So if you have not read all of these authors, by all means, check in the description, go to their website, check out some of their books, or look for their latest titles that are linked below that you can just click on it and go check them out. When they're all of these wonderful ladies, we had Yahrah St. Joanne Rock, Cat Schield, Niobia Bryant, and Janice Maynard, and then Catherine Mann and Silver James couldn't make it be here with us tonight, but their books are linked below as well if you want to check them out. Thank you so much, Miss Donna Hill. Sorry, I can't say Miss. She gonna get on me. Thank you so much, Donna. And we appreciate you being here and love you and adore you so much. And MF Hopkins says that I have a lot of reading to do. Yes, you do. You will not be disappointed. So many great authors, so many great stories. I adore all of these women. They're just fantastic writers. So thank you for all of you for being here with us. Who are watching live, as well as anybody who's watching in the replay. We appreciate you so much. And if you enjoyed the show, don't forget to hit the like, as well as share it so that other readers can find it. And if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to subscribe so that you'll know when we're having future reader-centered author discussions. This has been so much fun, of course. And then one of the folks in the audience is Shay Baby, who does the Brown Book series. So if you love these kind of reader-centered author discussions, you want to check out her channel as well, which is linked below. She has some great discussions, and usually they're on Wednesday. They come on a little bit before my show. I think her show usually starts at 6. And so you definitely want to check out some of the fantastic authors that she has chatted with. You will not be disappointed there either. Just lots of great chats and just very genuine people. And Shay, I need you to email me because I tried to email you and I don't know if I got the address wrong or you changed your email address. So since I'm here, I want you to email me because I have to ask you a question. So I'm so glad all of you enjoyed it. We certainly enjoyed the conversation. We love interacting with you. So if you have any other questions or whatever, feel free to leave them in the comments on the page and I will try to get you an answer from these fabulous ladies. So, and then for the next show will be in 2 weeks on August the 4th. I will be talking to Jacqueline Thomas. We'll be talking about dealing with difficult issues in romance. And then on the 18th, I'll be talking to Priscilla Olivares, and we'll be talking about balancing fun family drama with romance. And that's going to be on August the 18th. Both shows are going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern. So thank you so much for joining us, all of you. We appreciate you so much. Have a good night and happy reading. You have a lot of reading to do now, so enjoy.